Afternoon baseball now from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in New York. Game number 3 of this new season between the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. Stay tuned for Mets baseball coming up next. Steven Matz gets the ball in game 3 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Steven Matz is what they look like. Big, strong guy, 6'4", about 220 pounds. Throws from the left side, smooth gas, 93 to 95. Terrific overhand curveball, and his changeup is getting better all the time. Steven Matz is quality.
Stepping up now, Dexter Fowler. He will lead this one off today. And that's through for a hit. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off.
That's the game plan right there. Elevate the sinker from the offensive standpoint. That's what they talked about in the hitters meeting. And on the flip side, if the pitcher doesn't get that pitch down, there's going to be a call to the pen short.
These Mets fellas, as they take the field here today, come in feeling good as they're 2-0 to start the new year.
Yeah, Matty, without question. They find themselves in this position today. They got a chance to sweep the series on Sunday and make it a miraculous weekend.
Boy, Dero, it's always a nice way to finish off a weekend. You win a big game on Saturday. To close it off with a win here and a sweep on Sunday would really be sweet for this ball club.
Now a chance to look at the starting 9 for the visiting St. Louis Cardinals. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Yeah, you take a look at this lineup they're running out today. And they got their work cut out for them with the sinker baller on the mound on the opposition side. They're going to have to see the ball up. They're going to have to work the home plate umpire. Can't be given 4 to 6 inches off the inside half, or he's going to have a field day pounding that sinker in there. Should be interesting to see right out of the chute if he's got the good one or not.
Here's Marcell Ozuna.
Batting fourth,
he swings and grounds it to short. Rosario brings it in. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Into the box now, Jose Martinez, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And the 2-out hit keeps the inning alive for Yadier Molina.
Well, there's no denying he was all over that fastball. That's what we like to refer to as a little bit of an ambush. Heater gets turned around.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. No balls and a strike to count. Martinez is off at first with 2 away. Molina swings and misses. He's in trouble now behind 0-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. 0-2 once more. Hit back up the middle. Oh, and Cabrera bobbles it. And a great job to stick with it as he's able to make the play for the 3rd out. But the Cards do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run dinger. On to the bottom of the 1st now at Citi Field. It's now 2-0 St. Louis. Luke Weaver starts the game on the mound for the 3rd and final game of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
There you see Asdrubal Cabrera loosening up as he'll start us out in the home half of the 1st. Dan, D-Row, we take a look at this Cardinals ball club as they enter play this afternoon. They come in a real funk to start the year. Still searching for what's been an elusive first win.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
And there's one down now. With a moment here in Flushing Meadows, let's meet the Mets. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matt, I can't wait to see if La Potencia, Yoenis Cespedes, can keep it going. He's hitting over 400. Now, hold on. I know it's just April, but that's really impressive. And if you're hitting 400 in the backyard playing wiffle ball, you're still doing something pretty good. It's been a great start, and I'm interested to see if he can feed off of it the rest of the way.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. bullet back up the middle. Pham will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Mets go down 1-2-3. They're down 2-0. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Snuck that high hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
Popped him up. Under this is Flores, and Wilmer's got it for the first down. Here's Jed Jerko now. Lifetime numbers against Steven Matz. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. In there, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. That was swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to, because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
Strike one to start the at-bat. Soft liner towards first, but an easy play over at first to glove it, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. Here's Todd Frazier now, hoping to stay hot. He had a couple of hits, including a home run yesterday.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Martinez will pull this one in over near the first base dugout for out number 1.
So here's how the Cardinals are positioned defensively. And let's focus on outfielder Dexter Fowler, a former World Series champ, an igniter on offense that can hit anywhere in the order and can handle himself in the middle of the diamond in center field, that premium position where you need him to be the captain. Dexter definitely fits that mold.
And a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow. Next for the Mets, Kevin Plawecki will try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Pop foul, and it looks like that's going to make it into the VIP seats. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fooled him there, and a little pop-up to the right side. Martinez is there, and it's... Here's Dexter Fowler now. He'll lead it off against Steven Matz.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning. Digging in for his second at-bat, Tommy Pham. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch on its way. But this is speared by the first baseman, and they'll put the tag on him heading back to first. It's a double play. Digging in to try it again, Matt Carpenter. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here. Changeup too low, and it's 1-0. Now the 1-0 is looked at for the first strike.
1-1.
The 1-1. Swing and a line drive, and that's in there. So perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Hey, D-Roll, that's just what you want to do. Keep the pressure on. He's given up a couple of runs early already in this game, and now he gives up the 2-out single.
Yeah, no chance right there. You want to make this guy work. You want to try and get into their pen as quick as possible. And if 2-out knocks are the answer, then so be it.
He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. So it's no. Here's Juan Lagares, 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. So 1-1 home. Grounded to short. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. So here now's the pitcher, Steven Matz. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball one. The 1-0. Chopped weakly to the left. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Digging in, Ahmed Rosario. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Grounded slowly to the left side. He's got to hurry. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. The next to bat for St. Louis, Jose Martinez, as we begin the top of the fourth. Line drive to left. And that's in for a base hit, his second in as many trips to the plate. So it's a base knock to lead off their half of the fourth. Riding in once again, Yadier Molina. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And the hit and run works to perfection as it's into right for a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Hey, that's a beautiful job of executing a hit and run right there. Pretty interesting. Must have known he was going to try and get over the heart of the plate right there with something, either fastball or something off speed, because he was coming unglued. 0-0.
Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Here's Jed Jerko now. And here's indication from the dugout of an intentional pass, and that will load the bases here and set up the force at the plate. Ready for another chance? Luke Weaver hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. 0-1 the count.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
And this is swung on and missed. Oh, a huge punch out there as the bases remain loaded with 2 away now. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some runs out there on the base path. Scoring more here would be huge.
Cabrera ranging into shallow right. He's got it, and they get out of the jam. Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ball 1.
Sorry, that's a ball.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2. Got his 2-0 fastball, but he was way behind. 2-1.
Hey, back when I first broke into the big leagues, a lot of the pitchers wanted to work east to west. Now, with such an uptick in velocity, these guys are working north-south. That's just a great elevated fastball with serious velocity.
Fowler has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jay Bruce. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. High in the air out to center field. Pham is there. And that's the second out of the inning. The throw is wild, and it gets away. So 2 are gone in the Mets half of the fourth. And standing in, a power threat in Todd Frazier, the third baseman. Here comes the first pitch. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Pham moves over, and that retires the side. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hard hit ball to second. Cabrera's up with it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out. 1 away. 1 away now, and here's Matt Carpenter. A
think he's forgotten about sometimes, Matt Carpenter. When we talk about best hitters in our sport, I think he's one of the more underrated offensive players.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up.
And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Well, he's really locked in at this point in the game on the bump. So far this inning, 4 pitches and 2 outs. Got the first guy on 1 pitch, then absolutely dominates this at bat with a 3-pitch strikeout.
And he looks at a curveball that falls in 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the. Next up from New York, Wilmer Flores. He'll start things out here in the home 5th, and it's been tough sledding for this lineup through the first half of the game.
Yeah, they haven't had any moment.
Swing, high drive, left field and deep. But this one will bend foul. Had plenty of distance, though, as it landed in the upper deck. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul for the second strike. Ball 2. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3.
Great job to keep your hands back and not fully commit. The body was out in front on a great changeup right there, but he was able and strong enough to keep his hands back.
Another full count offering on its way. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Carpenter has it. Throw in time at first. A nice play in short right for the first out. And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki. He popped out in his first trip. Soft liner towards center. That's his first base hit. Make him 1 for 2 now.
Boy, Dero, it's about time they got something brewing here. First pitch single, and maybe now they can start to get some traffic on the bases.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Ambush tactics, not always the play. You want to drive that pitch count up and get into that bullpen, but sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Plawecki leads off first with 1 away. Grounded back up the middle. Underhanded flip to second for 1. On to first, not in time, as the umpire was right there to make the call. So here's the Mets pitcher, Steven Matz. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. It comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Fowler will reach out with. Digging in and looking for more, Jose Martinez. He singled his last time up. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Line towards center field. Lagares is right there, 1 down.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. As he'll take a first pitch curveball right down the middle for strike 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
I mean, Yadi, when he first broke on the scene, was a defender first and foremost. You can't say that anymore. I mean, he's evolved into a really, really nice offensive player.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Slapped hard the opposite way, and Molina's aboard a base hit. The relay, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
You'd think they'd stop pitching to this guy by now. He's been torching them all weekend, and he stays hot here with another extra base hit. They'll be happy when this series is over, so they don't have to deal with this dude anymore.
1-1 the count now. 1-2 now. 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
The batter, third baseman.
And he misses inside with that one, ball 1. In there, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken down and in for a ball. Good looking sinker on the inside corner. 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Hit back toward the mound, and that's through into center field. Base hit. He'll come home with it. Play at the plate, and he's out. A great throw. Cards leave 1, but they hold a 2-0 lead. And that will bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
The 1-0 home. A bouncer to the left side. And the inning begins with a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Mets.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go as Asdrubal Cabrera, 1 for 2. He grounded out first time up and followed that with a base hit. High pop up. Martinez is there to take it, and they're able to take care of Cabrera on just a single pitch. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk right here could at least get the tying run to the plate and on top.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. Digging in to try it again, Luke Weaver. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Behind 0-2 now. Cardinals pitcher up there with a 1-2 count. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Here's Dexter Fowler now. He's 2 for 3 thus far.
Dexter Fowler, your attention please.
Here's the pitch.
Now pitching for the New York Mets.
And he gets ahead 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Tough slider down low for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Count remains at 0-2. Fowler behind a ball and 2 strikes.
Wow, that was a pretty good 2-strike slider right there. I think that would fool them, and the umpire too.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
That's the difference in today's games. Pitchers will throw any pitch in any count, but the batter was able to deliver on a 3-2 breaking ball.
Tommy Pham comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Fowler, base runner at first with 1 out. Slider, ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
Broke out the sweeping slider right there and just missed off the edge. If he would have caught the corner right there, I think he's got a backwards catch.
So he sets him down swinging. Tommy Pham goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Lifted down the line in left. Here comes Cespedes, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Hey, there's a case of a jam sandwich right there. Not that bad of a pitch, but he's able to just be strong enough to loop that one into left field.
Dan, sometimes a jam sandwich tastes much better than a rocket right at somebody.
Hit in the air down the right field line. And foul.
Man, the Redbirds, they've been struggling all game long. They've yet to been able to get that big hit. This is the time for the big hit for the Redbirds.
Set, and the 2-1 pitch. And he fouls this one off. 2 men are on with 2 men out. So a full count now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. Here's Jay Bruce now. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
The 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
3-2 now. Payoff pitch one more time. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Another payoff pitch. He lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4. Here's Todd Frazier now. 0 for 2 for him to this point. First pitch of the at-bat. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many guys are chasing pitches out of the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no success in that.
And a breaking ball stays outside. Hit down the line at first. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Wilmer Flores. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Adrian Gonzalez will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
You know, D-Roll, there's been some great pitching in this one so far. After that knock, that's only the 3rd hit of the game, and we're getting late into this one.
Yeah, they always say you got to tip your hat to the opposition sometimes. Well, I think this offense is tired of tipping its hat. They got to start to swing the bats a little bit better. That's their 3rd knock of the game. I know it's late, but maybe they can get something going.
Here it comes, 1-0. Ground ball left side. Jerko fields it cleanly to second for 1. On to first, it's a double. Adrian Gonzalez will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Now playing first base, number 23.
Riding in once again, Jose Martinez will lead things off in the inning for St. Louis, and he'll be followed by Yadier Molina, who waits on deck.
Ray.
And a first pitch slider is right there for strike 1. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. First pitch of the at-bat. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. The 1-2. Swinging a soft liner, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Got to be a little frustrated on the offensive side. Yeah, everybody's getting knocks and the batting averages are flowing right now, but nobody's come up with that big runner in scoring position, 2-out knock kind of feel that really is going to break this game open.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Lined hard toward right center, and that'll make him 1 for 4 in this one.
Outside of home runs, nothing fires me up more than watching a good baseball player drive the ball at the opposite field. Talking about hitting the inside half of the baseball, that's exactly what happened right there. And when we say inside half of the baseball, imagine the ball coming to a complete stop halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound, and then cutting that baseball in half and highlighting the inside half. That's where you're trying to take the knob of your bat or the hands to that spot and carve the inside half of the baseball with power.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The next 3-2. High in the air out to center field. On the move is Lagares. 2 down. Ready once again, Luke Weaver. And a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. 1-0 the count. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Hard strand. Here's Juan Lagares. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Pat. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
And that's through for his first base hit in this one. So with that, the Mets have a runner aboard to get the inning underway. Brandon Nimmo come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Two balls and no strikes to the Mets center fielder.
No strike.
Three and 0 now.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. The 3-1 finds the zone to fill the count. 3-2. Lagares gets his lead at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. 1 away. Ready for another shot now. Ahmed Rosario 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch on its way. Now a bunt attempt here. This gets foul. It's 0-1. To short. DeYoung fields it cleanly, and he'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all. And the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily. Now back to the top of the Mets order, digging in as Asdrubal Cabrera. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lifted the other way out to left center. DeYoung has a play, and that's the 3rd out. Paul Sewald enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. No balls and 1 strike. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. The next 0-2. On the ground now for Adrian over at first. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Ready for another chance. Tommy Pham struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. Throw on to Gonzalez, and that's out number 2. Now to the plate, Matt Carpenter. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Lays off 1-0. The 1-0 home is in there for strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. 2 balls and a strike to Matt Carpenter.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Hit on the ground out to short. Rosario's got it cleanly. Throw will go to Adrian at first, and with it, the side is retired. Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. He's going to lead things off in their half of the ninth as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
Hard liner to center field. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game. Leadoff hitters aboard, and that means the tying run will come forward here in the late innings. Tyler Lyons comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth. Jay Bruce will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. And oh, that gets him on the mound. Unable to recover. He's safe at first, and now the attention turns back to the guy on the mound. Here's Todd Frazier now in head-to-head action against Tyler Lyons. He's just 1 for 6. First delivery to him on the way. A little bouncer. Foul ball, however, strike 1. Cespedes on second. Bruce on at first with nobody out. Missed with a slider.
That's a really tough pitch to do anything with. The backdoor slider just off the plate, just missing the strike zone. That's nearly an unhittable pitch to hit for a hitter.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule. Digging in for his second at-bat, Adrian Gonzalez. A base hit in his first trip.
Adrian Gonzalez.
First offering on its way. And the changeup is way low that time.
No doubt, some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. First and second now, 1 man out. And there's a pitch Gonzalez takes, and we're back even at 2-2. The 2-2. And this is right past Molina and back to the screen. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Count still full, 3-2. The 3-2 one more time. Full count still. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? There's one. On to first, and he rolls a double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over. A 2-0 finish today. The Cards jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Luke Weaver earns his